City slows down to a single breath. Shadows stretch across the empty avenue. Colors bleed slowly through the heavy fog. I close my eyes and let the current pull me in. Street lights flicker like a dying star. I leave my worries at the open door. Footsteps echoing inside the dark. A heavy rhythm rising from the floor. The velvet sky is dripping indigo. I lose my shadow in the alleyway. A quiet magic starting to unfold. Washing bridges in the light. The bass is rolling like an ocean wave. It pulls me deeper into the groove. There is a secret that the silence gave, and in the darkness I begin to move. We are floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. We are floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. Reflection shimmer on the waiting glass. A sudden shiver running down my spine. I watch the hours and the minutes pass, but time is nothing in this strange design. The heavy air is tasting sweet and cold. A silver smoke is rising from the street. This is the only heaven I can hold. Inside the pocket of a steady beat, the bass is rolling like an ocean wave. It pulls me deeper into the groove. There is a secret that the silence gave, and in the darkness I begin to move. We're floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. We're floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. Can you feel the frequency rising? A silent storm waking in the deep. The colors are slowly colliding. They promise the shadows will keep. Let go of the weight you are carrying. Fall into the rhythm sleep. We are floating on the neon tides, where the light and the rhythm collide. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. We are sinking in the velvet sea, where the pulse is finally setting us free. Let the midnight take control of your mind. Leave the ghost of the morning behind. Just a whisper in the static now. The glow dissolves into the dark. drifting away on the frequency. Silence is the only sound left. Soft breath in the atmosphere. Fading shadows disappear. Drifting out across the tide. Nowhere left we need to hide. The city sleeps beneath a velvet sky. I watch the neon constellations die. A quiet pulse begins to wake the ground, and I am floating in a sea of sound. We walked along the edges of the night, just waiting for a sudden spark of white. The heavy air is starting to release. I find it there in the center of my peace. Feel the rhythm rising from the floor. Washing all the broken glass away. Dive with me into the ocean of light. Leave behind the heavy shadows of night. We are weightless in the glowing unknown. We are seas the universe is just sown. Let the current pull our bodies away. We will ride the frequencies till the day. Dive with me into the ocean of light. Everything is going to be alright. The frequencies are washing over me. A digital warm serenity. I hear your voice 1,000 miles away, but in this resonance is where you stay. The concrete jungle slowly melts to gold. A beautiful new story to unfold. We harmonize the chaos in our mind and leave the gravity of Earth behind. Feel the rhythm rising from the floor. I don't wanna fight it anymore. Colors bleeding through the silver veil, washing all the broken glass away. Dive with me into the ocean of light. Leave behind the heavy shadows of night. We are weightless in the glowing unknown. We are seas the universe is just sown. Let the current pull our bodies away. We will ride the frequencies to the day. Dive with me into the ocean of light. Everything is gonna be alright. Hold your breath and let the filter sweep. Awake the magic that was fast asleep. A sudden rush of oxygen and fire. We are climbing higher, ever climbing higher. The white noise shatters into crystal stars, erasing all the lines of who we are. Just close your eyes and let the bassline drop. We are at the summit and we will never stop. Dive with me into the ocean of light. Leave behind the heavy shadows of night. We are weightless in the bright unknown. We are seas the universe is just sown. Let the current pull our bodies away. We will ride the frequencies to the day. Dive with me into the ocean of light. We the shadows and the waves are still, a golden aura on a distant hill. I breathe you in and slowly float away, forever resting in the break of day.
The violet haze, shadows stretch across the empty streets. I am drifting through the ambient maze, breathing in the rhythm of the deep. Headlights paint the walls in liquid gold. Every reflection is a story left untold. I roll the windows down to feel the chill. The world is spinning but the air is still, tracing the lines of the avenue glow, watching the midnight illusions grow. There is a frequency still beneath the ground, a heavy heartbeat in the underground. Colors bleed into the dark, pulling me away. I forget the heavy words that I was meant to say, caught inside the sweeping current, floating off the grid, unlocking every secret that the daylight ever hid. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. Whispers travel on the cooling breeze, moving silently through trees. A silver glow upon the dashboard glass, watching the solitary moments pass. I close my eyes and let the tempo guide. There is nowhere left for us to hide. The frequencies are pulling at my soul. I am giving up the illusion of control. Colors bleed into the dark, pulling me away. I forget the heavy words that I was meant to say, caught inside the sweeping current, floating off the grid, unlocking every secret that the daylight ever hid. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. Weightless, I am rising through the atmosphere. Everything is suddenly so crystal clear. The muted kick is thumping in my chest, putting all the daylight ghosts to rest. Breathing steady, exhale the light. We're all the architects of the velvet night. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. We are swimming in the neon ocean tide, where the rhythm and the falling rain collide. Let the baseline wash away the setting sun. In the shadows, you and I are moving as one. The tides are pulling back into the deep, leaving only echoes for the dark to keep, fading out into a quiet, endless blue. Nothing but the velvet night and you.
Static on the vinyl, a distant humming wire. The city breathes out slow, and I'm on fire. I close my eyes and let the frequencies align. Caught inside the rhythm, stepping out of time. The velvet curtains drawn against the silver glass, watching headlights bleed and blur as taxis pass. There is a heavy hum vibrating through the floor, like a secret heartbeat hidden behind the door. I pour a glass of nothing, watch the shadows play, let the inner love warm melt the cold away. A solitary silhouette against the glowing screen, lost inside the spaces of the spaces in between. The filters open wide, wide beyond a breeze, suspended in the air. There is nothing underneath. A whisper in the static calls my spirit out, washing away the edges, drowning out the doubt. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, bathing in the glow of the artificial light. Let the steady kick drum carry us away, far beyond the borders of the waking day. Lost inside the rhythm, sinking in the deep, somewhere in the valley between the groove and sleep. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, nothing but the music and the fading of the light. The sub-bass rolls like thunder in a distant sky, reflected in the neon of a stranger's eye. Footsteps on the pavement synchronize and blend, tracing out a circle that will never end. The smoke hangs heavy in the corners of the room, the sanctuary built inside the midnight gloom. Every single snare hit cuts the air like glass. I am just a silent witness, watching moments pass. The filters open wide, the walls begin to breathe, suspended in the air. There is nothing underneath. A whisper in the static calls my spirit out, washing
trivials are climbing, reaching for the stars, echoes bouncing back from Jupiter and Mars. The bass drops into nothing, leaving only space. A solitary moment, an empty, perfect place. The hi-hats start to rush, the tension pulls me tight before I fall back down into the velvet night. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, bathing in the glow of the artificial light. Let the steady kick drum carry us away, far beyond the borders of the waking day. Lost inside the rhythm, sinking in the deep, somewhere in the valley between the groove and sleep. We are drifting on the deep house waves tonight, nothing but the music and the feeling at night. The kick drum slowly fades into the quiet dusk, leaving only echoes of a love that's all in trust. The tape delay is spinning out a final gentle sigh. Good night to the neon, good night to the sky. The city sleeps, but the frequencies wake. Breathing in the dark, exhaling the light. A slow tide of silver across the window pane. We are drifting through the quiet hours. Streetlights reflect on the wet pavement glass. I watch the blurry silhouettes of the midnight pass. The bass in my chest beats a slow, steady time, erasing the borders of yours and of mine. We sit in the quiet, the engine hums low, nowhere to be and nowhere to go. The dashboard is glowing in ultraviolet hues. I am losing my center, I am sinking in you. Feel the rhythm rising up through the floor. Leave the heavy world outside of the door. Echoes in the shadows starting to sway. Watch the neon colors washing away. We are slipping through the midnight in velvet, caught inside a loop and we can't help it. Let the deep bass carry the feeling, staring at the lights dancing up on the ceiling. We are slipping through the midnight in velvet, nothing else is real and you know that I meant it. Let the deep bass carry the feeling, and not and slow, it's the into a misty gray. The static on the radio washes the words away. Your hand on the console, my head rests in bed. We are tracing the lines on the endless black. A distant siren sings a soft lullaby, but all I can hear is your breath in my side. The world is a ghost town of concrete and wire, but here in the dark we are catching on fire. Feel the rhythm rising up through the floor. Leave the heavy world outside of the door. Echoes in the shadows starting to sway. Watch the neon colors washing away. We are slipping through the midnight in velvet, caught inside a loop and we can't help it. Let the deep bass carry the feeling, staring at the lights dancing up on the ceiling. We are slipping through the midnight in velvet. Nothing else is real and you know that I meant it. Let the deep bass carry the feeling, and not in slow, it's the air we are breathing. Time is just a concert really far behind, a beautiful illusion, a trick of the mind. I close my eyes and let the sound wash over. A synthesis is pulling me closer and closer. Pigments are synced in the deep tempo lines. We are crossing the borders, we are blurring the lines. We are slipping through the midnight in velvet, caught inside a loop and we can't help it. Let the deep bass carry the feeling, staring at the lights dancing up on the ceiling. We are slipping through the midnight in velvet. Nothing else is real and you know that I meant it. Let the deep bass carry the feeling, and not in the slow, it's the air we are breathing. Not in the slow, drifting away. The velvet is folding into the day. Just the beat of my heart and the spark of the night fade into silence, flaring into light. The city sleeps, but the pulse remains. Static in the air, shadow in the rain. Breathe in the glow of the ambient street. Let the frequencies flow from your head to your feet. Headlights trace the empty avenues underneath the sky of deep obsidian blues. We are drifting through the quiet, hollow streets, moving to the rhythm of our own heartbeats. Glass and concrete blur into a midnight haze, lost inside this beautiful and endless maze. There's no destination, nowhere else to be, just the silver moon, the shifting shadows and me. Echoes bouncing off the empty walls. I can hear the way the silence footsteps echo lightly on the cobblestone. In the sonic frequency, we are never alone. A sudden flash of amber from the traffic lights, painting golden halos in the middle of the night. Every drop of falling rain becomes a metronome. This hitchhike paradise is exactly like a home. Echoes bouncing off the empty walls. I can hear the way the silence calls. Time is melting in the heavy air, slipping out of focus, floating anywhere. Falling to the midnight velvet, wrap the shadows tight around my soul. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the deep bass take complete control. We are going in the ultraviolet, riding on a wave we cannot see. Falling to the midnight velvet, lose yourself to find your sanctuary. The horizon starts to blur and wash away, pushing back the breaking of another day. Wash over me and synthesize surround. I am elevated, lifting off the ground. Closing my eyes, I watch the colors shift, caught inside the current. I surrender and I dream. Falling to the midnight velvet, wrap the shadows tight around my soul. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the deep bass take complete control. We are growing in the ultraviolet, riding on a wave we cannot see. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the endless rhythm set you free. The deep bass slowly fades into the dawn, but the midnight velvet softly lingers on. Riding on the neon glow, let the lingering shadows go. The city sleeps, but the rhythm breathes. Exhale the daylight, let the shadows bleed. We are drifting on a midnight velvet sea. Close your eyes, just follow me. Streetlights blur into golden lines across the glass. Watching all the tired faces slowly fading past. I can feel the heavy air finally starting to clear. There is nothing but the frequency that we can hear. The bass is humming beneath the soles of my shoes, washing away the static and the evening blues. Every heartbeat aligns with the muted kick drum. This is the sanctuary where the night becomes numb. empty street, synchronized with every breath and every single beat. I let my shoulders drop and release the heavy weight, surrender into the magic of this altered state. We are ghosts in the machine, running on the breeze, finding all our comfort in these lower frequencies. The pressure drops as we cross the borderline. We'll leave the chaos of the waking world behind. Just let the tempo take control of your mind. A hypnotic sanctuary by design. Sink into the midnight velvet, let it pull you under. Wrapped inside the warmth of a silent thunder, floating through the dark on an electric wave. This is the quiet kind of freedom that waits. Sink into the midnight velvet, lose your sense of time. Let the melody and memory slowly intertwine. We are shadows moving softly through the chill, where the rhythm never stops and time stands still. The filter opens up and lets the starlight inside. We are riding on the crest of an endless tide. Harmonies are shimmering like glass in the rain, washing out the echoes of the daytime pain. Hold your breath and let the atmosphere expand. We are drifting far away to an unseen land. Sink into the midnight velvet, let it pull you under. Wrapped inside the warmth of a silent thunder, floating through the dark on an electric wave. This is the quiet kind of freedom that we sink into the midnight velvet, lose your sense of time. Let the melody and memory slowly intertwine. We are shadows moving softly through the chill, where the rhythm never stops and time stands still. Rhythm fades into a whisper in the dark, leaving just the glowing embers of a spark. Drift away into the endless deep. Midnight velvet softly rocking us to sleep. Breathe in the cool night air. City lights bleed through the tinted glass, a steady pulse beneath the pavement. We are sinking into the midnight blue. The clock strikes 2 when the streets are bare. Just a soft hum hanging in the heavy air. Street lamps painting gold upon the rain-slicked road, carrying the secrets that the midnight holds. I watch the shadows dancing on the dashboard light, losing all my worries to the velvet night. Every empty corner feels like hallowed ground, wrapped inside the rhythm of this silent town. The tempo rises quietly in my chest, soothing down a heart that cannot the purple haze, caught inside the beauty of this midnight maze. Reflections of the skyline in your quiet eyes, a universe of peace where all the tension dies. The engine purrs a melody so soft and low, synchronized exactly with the radio. We leave behind the echoes of the waking world, watching all the mysteries of the dark unfurl. The temper rises quietly in my chest, soothing down a heart that cannot rest. We leave the heavy daylight far behind and let the driving bass line clear the mind. We are shadows in the neon glow, drifting where the nocturnal winds blow, lost inside a deep house dream, floating down a silver stream. Let the rhythm take control tonight, bathing in the ultraviolet light. No destination, nowhere else to be, just a steady heartbeat setting us free. Time suspends a moment in the atmosphere. Everything is distant, yet it feels so near. Whispers in the static, calling out my name. Nothing in the morning will be quite the same. Hold this fragile magic in your open hands, drifting through the hourglass, shifting with the sand. We are shadows in the neon glow, drifting where the nocturnal winds blow, lost inside a deep house dream, floating down a silver stream. Let the rhythm take control tonight, bathing in the ultraviolet light. No destination, nowhere else to be, just a steady heartbeat setting us free. Fading out into the velvet blue, just a steady pulse, just me and you. Shadows in the neon drifting away, waiting for the dawn to break the day.
Midnight pouring through the glass, the city breeze and silhouettes and smoke. I feel the static in the air, just let the rhythm pull us under. Neon flickers on the dashboard light, we are driving through the velvet night. Silver reflections on the avenue, there is nothing left for us to do. Just watch the street lamps blurring into gold, a silent story waiting to be told. The heavy bass is vibrating the floor, I leave my shadows waiting at the door.
yourself in the velvet skyline. Let the current take your mind. We are floating on a midnight timeline, leaving all the world behind. Lose yourself in the velvet skyline. Let the heavy rhythm bind. We are floating on a midnight timeline, leaving all the world behind. Fading into velvet, nothing but the night left. Just a whisper in the dark, just a pulse, just a spark. Breathing in the heavy midnight air. Neon lights are bleeding through the glass. Time slows down to a steady crawl. Oh, welcome to the velvet hour. The city sleeps, but we are waking up. Shadows stretch across the empty room. I pour a little silence in my cup, waiting for the bass to break the gloom. Headlights paint a rhythm on the wall. Golden ribbons dancing in the dark. I am leaning close to hear you call. A solitary whisper is the spark. Colors blurring as we start to drift. Caught inside the gravity we shift. I can feel the temperature rise. Looking at the secrets in your eyes. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Let the heavy waves wash over me. Surrendering to the midnight power. Floating on a deep and endless sea. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Lose yourself inside the slow delay. Blooming like a solitary flower. Dance until the darkness fades away. Footsteps echo on the lonely street, but in here the world is made of sound. Moving to the tempo of our heartbeat. Our feet are barely touching on the ground. Carved seals are wrapping around my skin, drawing constellations in the air. I do not know where my thoughts begin. Suddenly there is magic everywhere. Colors blurring as we start to drift. Caught inside the gravity we shift. I can feel the temperature rise. Looking at the secrets in your eyes. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Let the heavy waves wash over me. Surrendering to the midnight power. Floating on a deep and endless sea. We are sinking in the velvet hour. Lose yourself inside the slow delay. Blooming like a solitary watch the physical dissolve away. Losing myself just to find it all in you. Ooh, fading out into the midnight where we disappear. Suspended in the quiet spaces between the stars, a single voice echoes through the atmosphere. I seal the freak waking up the dark. The heavy silence suddenly disappears. Midnight falls like velvet on the concrete ground. I am chasing shadows where the echoes used to sound. There is a rhythm hiding in the empty street. I feel it moving under the soles of my feet. A gentle whisper wrapping around my shivering skin, telling me exactly where the magic will begin. I close my eyes and let the colors flood my mind, leaving all the weight of the broken world behind. Tempo rises like a tide inside my veins, washing away the memories of all the endless rays. We are aligning with a higher glowing flame. I hear the universe calling out my name. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like colors through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We celestial tide. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like comets through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We let the frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding light, turning the darkness into something bright. A million voices singing in the atmosphere. There is no sorrow and there is no fear. Starlight fades into the morning blue, but I am still suspended here with voices echo, fading out of sight, lost forever in the blinding light. Drifting through the quiet spaces, a whisper in the silver air. Shadows melting into colors. I can feel you waiting there. The city sleeps beneath a blanket made of starlight. I close my eyes and let the rhythm take control. A heavy pulse is beating somewhere in the far night. It sends a sudden shiver deep into my soul. We walk the wire between the dreaming and the waking. The concrete jungle turns into a velvet sea. I feel the heavy chains, the yesterday are breaking. And in this midnight current I am finally free. The temperature is rising, pulling me away. The colors of the midnight bleed into the day. I hold my breath and let the gravity release. I'm rushing through the ash to find the sudden peace. We are riding on these oceans of light. We are burning like a fire in the night. Leave the shadows of the sun. The colors of the midnight bleed into the day. I hold my breath and let the gravity release. I'm rushing toward the edge to find a sudden peace. We are riding on these oceans of light. We are burning like a fire in the night. Leave the shadows of the sorrow far behind. It's a beautiful surrender of the mind. We are riding on these oceans of light, where the future and the memories ignite. Hold me closer as we elevate and fly. We are touching every corner of the sky. Suspended in the air, a drop of golden rain, washing every doubt and washing every pain. The synthesis of sound, the beating of the heart. This is a very place where new beginnings start. Higher and higher, the frequencies will soar. We are standing at the threshold of the dawn. We are riding on these oceans of light. We are burning like a fire in the night. Leave the shadows of the sorrow behind. It's a beautiful surrender of the mind. We are riding on these oceans of light, where the future and the memories ignite. Hold me closer as we elevate and fly. We are touching every corner of the sky. The glow is fading, but the warmth is here to stay. A gentle hum that slowly washes into gray.